A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm a bit overwhelmed by some of the compliments which you have given. Consider yourself also, and Salman, thank you so much. Difficult to know how to accept them. It is my privilege to express my profound gratitude to the President of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Dr. Arif Alvi, to my family, particularly my wife. We have now been married 50 years, and it has been my privilege to have served my nation for 50 years also. To Dominic Barton, Global Managing Partner Emeritus of McKinsey, what a remarkable person. A person who had so much achievement in life, yet is so humble. He walks with us simply, honorably, respectfully, and I'm immensely grateful for his friendship. Thank you so much. To Salman Ahmed, the Managing Director of McKinsey, for the very productive relationship we've had based on the foundation of trust. To Gemma's been a marvelous partner in enterprise, has helped us so much, and she is the one who convinced us about the Leadership Academy. To Arif Habib for his contribution and for his input. He not only just gave the institution money, but he gave us so much input also, as did Hussain Khan and Murad al-Siddiqui, and also Muhammad Ali Tapa. I'd like to thank Sabrina, my daughter. She's the president of the Dow Foundation. She's the one who's paying for all this. And then I'd like to thank Gyas Khan. You know, a young man, he came in, we threw him in the deep end. And it's amazing how much effort, time, energy he's put in to try to swim and come out on top. By the grace of God, he's definitely the right man for Engro. I'd like to acknowledge the other contributors, His Royal Highness Prince Hassan of Jordan, Dr. Atar Rahman, Shah Waziri, Moin Afzal, Asad Umar, Atif Bukhari, Seema Kamal, Naeem Mukhtar, Arif Usmani, Noman Ansari, Akif Didi, General Tariq Khan, Ambassador Shahid Malik, Dr. Faizullah Abbasi. Why have I identified and appreciated their contribution? Because we realize the true success comes only when we have people who work together. We have a team. And that's the important part. I'd also like to acknowledge all the wonderful corporate leaders who've come here tonight to recognize the contribution of the faculty members and all the employees that have come tonight. And I'd like to thank in advance the organizers of this wonderful event. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you're probably going to wonder what I'm going to say. Well, the first thing I'm going to say to you is it's very cold tonight and it's a bit windy. So I'll try to get through as fast as I can. But I'm not a guy who actually reads a speech. I like to talk to you heart to heart. I'd like to give you the story of the establishment of this institution, the story of KSBL, it all started off with Asad one day, Asad Umar, pulled together a bunch of business people, said, why don't we take an initiative of either putting up a new business school or supporting IBA. So we had this meeting, and in that meeting we decided it was going to be a new business school. It was to give IBA a little bit of competition, and competition is good if you want to develop the overall educational offerings. So this was March 2008, and it's the first time that I made a big mistake in my life. That as we were sitting there discussing, I got this telephone call, so I went out to answer it. And when I came back, I found there was a hush. Nobody was saying anything. So I said, well, let's get on with it. They said, we have. So what have we done? He said, we made you chairman. I said, but I don't want the job. Thank you very much. We've got a lot of other things to do. He says, well, tough luck. You should have got out of the room. So they sat there in quiet for about 5 minutes, and they all got up and said, well, thank you very much indeed. We're off. Now it's your responsibility. Now, I didn't know anything about education institutions. The only time I had a brush with it was at the Dawood University of Engineering and Technology, in which, as you know, which was inaugurated by President Ayub Khan on the 4th of August 1962. And I had the unfortunate experience of handing it over to the government when it was nationalized. That was back in 1972. And that was my only brush. And here I was set in charge of this responsibility. So I started thinking, how do I go about this? I cannot understand business, but education institutions, not exactly my forte. So very quickly, I decided to go off and find a partner. So I went to the United States towards the end of March 2008, visited MIT, Babson, and Boston, and tried to find a partner. It was quite unsuccessful, and came back. I had a friend in Cambridge who turned around and said to me, why don't you come to Cambridge? I said, I'll come to Cambridge, you make all the arrangements, I'll come. So on the 1st of September 2008, I went to Cambridge. And when I went there and I had the opportunity to engage with the senior staff, the 4 deans there, there's the vice chancellor there, etc., I got a feeling that maybe we're going to be successful here. So I resolved to visit Cambridge every month. So I went on the 21st of October, 21st of November, sent 2 people on the 18th of December, on the 6th of January. The deputy dean of the Jet Business School visited Karachi. We had a dinner for him in the Sen Club and announced our intention to set up a school. On the 9th of February 2009, we signed the MOU with the Jet Business School. Now, Cambridge is not a simple university. Signing an MOU is no problem. But signing an agreement, there are 700 people who have to be consulted. And I don't know how Dr. Arnold Meyer was able to get 700 people to agree to sign an agreement to set up, or to partner with, the Karachi School of Business and Leadership. And we signed the agreement with him here in Karachi on the 4th of April 2009. Thereafter started all the pain. Made many mistakes. I set up an international board in UK. We set up a UK charity. The board came together. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what humiliation is. One of the members, actually during the course of many meetings, one of them told me bluntly that you'll never be able to set up the school, that this is a waste of time, you're wasting your money. He says, frankly, very upset to be a member of the board. No, you had to suffer that too. Anyway, we still persisted. And we went on and strove as hard as we could. We got new faculty. There was no faculty. And we started building this campus, brand new campus here. It's a greenfield. And we completed in 18 months. We started on 1st of March 2011, beg your pardon, and completed it on 31st of August 2012. And the first MBA class was admitted on the 20th of September 2012. And I'm glad that some of our students are here, those who were in the first cohort and the second also. And what we found out was that as we progressed, as the security situation in the country worsened, Cambridge's commitment came under stress. The reason is because of insurance considerations, etc. They could not send anybody over here. And also we had certain setbacks, and pretty serious setbacks. We lost half our faculty in 1 year. And everybody started saying, is this school going to survive? Is it possible? The problem was, is this just going to be an MBA school, or is it going to be something else? So for 6 years, I have been soul searching. I said, what is the soul of this institution? What are we going to do with it? Setting up another business school is not exciting. After 6 years, I have finally been able to define the purpose of the school. The purpose of KSBL is to inspire the development of effective leaders, making decisions on the basis of trust, truth, trust, humility, integrity, and competence. Our focus is on the integrated development of the individual, the total individual. When you are just looking at students and you're saying we improve, help you become more educated, you're looking at a part of the personality, not the total. Therefore, we don't produce better students. We endeavor to produce better people. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, the best among you are the best in character, having good manners. Now, why have I gone through this story? I'll explain to you why. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said that the attributes of leadership which he practiced were truth, trust, humility, integrity, and tenacity. Now, if you analyze the story of KSBL, you'll see a reflection of that, actually. When we started, the first thing that I wanted to do was to establish the basis of truth. And you know, I can't express to you how profoundly grateful I am to all the wonderful people who came forward and made a huge contribution to the school. Can you imagine that each one of them paid 100 million rupees for a single direct seat on the report? And I'm convinced that they didn't do it because there's nothing here. They did it because they trusted me. And I'm convinced that they trusted me because they knew that I would never let them down. I would always tell them the truth. And you know, you've got to imagine, it wasn't just 100 million rupees. They were putting down their reputation. They were identifying with an institution which was a beginner. Nobody knew it was going to be successful. But they were there. They were part and parcel of the team. So we find that the you need to have the foundation of truth, because with the foundation of truth, you can have trust. And if you have trust, then you've got the best way to be able to bring people together to achieve larger objectives. But in the process, while one is doing that, one has to realize the relevance of integrity. Integrity is a fundamental foundation for me of happiness. Why is it so? It's so because within me, I don't have conflicts. I may have failures, but I never have a conflict. I never have a conflict because I've decided in my life that I'm not going to lead a life based on the fact that there's going to be conflict. And how does conflict come about? It comes about when you lie, when you tell yourself, and you know it, when you lie, there is conflict in your mind. I would advise all of you to try a little experiment. In the morning when you get up and you look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, that person in the mirror, do I trust you? Do you lie or do you always tell the truth? Evidently, if that individual that you're looking at tells the truth, then you know you can trust him. But if that individual is telling untruths, then can you trust him? Try that tomorrow morning. It's an interesting experience. I decided early on in my life that I was going to follow the attributes of the Holy Prophet and that I was not going to ever again tell a lie. So the next result is I have no conflict. And when I have no conflict, I may have challenges. There are periods of unhappiness, there are downs. You have to have the downs to appreciate the ups. You have to realize that as humans, we are imperfect. We will make mistakes. But do we intentionally tell a lie? That is the challenge. And I'm fortunate that I decided early on, I'm not going to tell lies. Come what may. And I can give you an example of that. When I became the chief executive of Dow Hercules, as soon as I became chief executive, there was a crisis. The union was having a conflict with the management, and there was going to be a shutdown. After we got over the crisis, I asked the union to come in. And I said to them, let's have an understanding. I said, we have an understanding on 3 points. 3 is a very lucky number tonight. 3 points. I said, 1, we never lie to each other. I will never lie to you. You don't ever lie to me. Always tell the truth. 2, you're the union. We as management will never interfere in your affairs. But you should not interfere in our affairs. 3, if you have any differences of opinion, we will set it across the table. We will not go to third-party arbitration. In 23 years, we never had a strike. We never lost a single second of downtime on account of difference of opinion between the union and ourselves. Why? Because they knew I would never tell them a lie, and I knew that they would not do so. I got them to the point, the trust factor became so significant that I said to them, I said the law has a statement that you've got the collective bargaining agents. And there's a process by which the collective bargaining agent is supposed to give you a charter of demands. And then there's a negotiation that takes place. I said to them, it's a vulgar word, demands. Why not change it? Call it a charter of requests. Now, under the law, if the union does not submit a charter of demands within a certain time frame, it loses all rights to negotiate. My union came back to me and gave me a charter of requests, knowing full well the risk they were taking. But do you think that they could ever be let down? Never. It's impossible, because there was trust. And look at the results we produced in our Hercules. We produced such outstanding results that actually the growth of Engro has been entirely reliant on the support of our Hercules. We have funded the growth of Engro. And it's all because it started with the fundamental foundation of trust. So you notice that when I say to you that it is truth, trust, humility, integrity, and tenacity, competence comes after that. One can acquire competence, and this school will give, hopefully, opportunity for people to acquire competence. But the school is going to concentrate on helping individuals to develop their total personality and not a part of it. So we see that people go through a lifetime of experiences, and during the whole lifetime there's always a demand in their mind, sometimes for learning new things and sometimes for learning something about themselves. As Rumi said, when I was young, I wanted to change the world. Now that I'm wiser, I want to change myself. So ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing in life is to know yourself. And this school is going to concentrate on helping you to know yourself. I have taken a lot of your time. Thank you so much. It's been a privilege to address you. And thank you kindly for being patient and listen to what I have to say. God bless you.